Welcome to the Praise Cafe Show. I'm your host, Robert Brock, and we are here with the one and only Mr. Jonathan Nelson.
What's up, man? How you
Welcome to the
doing?
show.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely glad to have you now.
Thank you.
Can you tell us where we are?
Okay, I was telling you off camera. I'm a bit delirious because I have been to so many different cities in the past
Right.
15, 16 days. But I do know I'm in Charlotte,
Got
North
it.
Carolina.
And why are we here?
We're here because I'm doing a CD release listening party
For
here. Oh, you talking about for
Yeah.
the city of
no
Charlotte?
CD release.
Oh, CD release. Oh, for Fearless. See, I told you. Okay, I'm delirious, y'all. For Fearless, the brand new CD. Perhaps y'all see this dapper young man right here. But the brand new CD is called Fearless, and
Great.
I'm just really excited. It's been really one of the most exciting times of my life. I feel like I'm a new artist. I feel like a brand new kid all over
Got
again.
it. Wow.
And I'm very, very, very excited about it.
Okay.
So thank you all for having me.
Absolutely glad you're here. And for those that don't know you, if you tell them that famous anthem of yours, "Finish Strong,"
Yes.
you know who he is, correct?
That would be me. I got a couple of them out there.
You
know,
do, you do.
Finish Strong and My Name is Victory. I think
Yeah,
those two
absolutely.
would be the most popular, songs
Right.
associated with me. Yes, sir.
Got it. Also, I just discovered that Healed,
I wrote that as well.
Donald Lawrence.
Donald Lawrence recorded
That-
it. Donald Lawrence is my mentor.
Yeah.
And I celebrate him wherever I go
Mhm.
because he gave me a chance.
Yeah.
And he gave me a platform.
Yeah, but
know.
you wrote that wonderful song
Absolutely.
Wow.
God gave it to me, and I'm grateful.
before you came out.
Yeah, oh, way. I wrote that song probably back in 2002, 2003. And I wrote it around 2002 because I recorded it on an independent project,
Got it.
of which, long story short, I let Donald hear the CD.
Got it.
I remember it vividly the day he heard it for the
Right.
first time. And we were sitting in the car. Donald, my brother Jason, and myself, we were sitting in the car just kind of listening to some of the music that God had given me. And Donald just paused and he said, "Man, Jonathan," he said, "you gotta let me record this song." I said, "You're Donald Lawrence, come on!" Like for me, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
And I honor God for him. I honor God for that connection, because even that one moment right there, but not just that moment, but that song really changed my life, and I'm just
Wow.
forever grateful.
Great.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back with Mr. Jonathan Nelson. Thanks for tuning back in with us. With Mr. Jonathan Nelson still here hanging out. CD title, Fearless.
Fearless.
How did that come about?
Can I tell you the long version of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a friend. Perhaps you may have heard of this young lady. Her name is Tasha Cobbs. She's my friend and my sister, and I'm always fully enamored with the way God just uses her on the platform, and I just love the way God uses her. And so I was at her live recording, and I told her, I was like, "Tasha, you're just so fearless and just so ferocious, in your worship on stage." And so we started talking about the new CD. That's the long version of the story. But we were talking about the new CD, and this is around November 2014. And I told her, I said, God was leading me to new territory, and I believe that God was going to use me in a different kind of fresh, new way. And I said, well, I'm just trying to find that. I said, I want a one-word brand. And I said, I'm just trying to find that one-word brand. She said, well, why don't you use the word fearless, and why don't you embrace everything that word means? And at that moment, I paused while she was talking to me. I'm sure at one moment it was almost like she was still talking, and I just heard one, almost, and not in a negative way, because it's like my mind escaped that moment, and I literally saw me on stage. I saw God using me, and in a wonderful way, and literally I began to embrace what this word means for me that day, and instantly I knew that's what I'm supposed to say. And that's the reason why that's the reason why that word was birthed in my spirit to say to her, because it was what I was really supposed to say for myself. And so we're here. The brand new CD, Fearless, it is doing very well, and I'm just honored, man. I'm just grateful. God is just so faithful. So I'm honored.
Wow. I'm excited. It's great. I got my copy.
Thank you, sir. Thank
And
you.
by the way, I got to ask a different question.
Okay.
You're a twin,
I am.
and I know twins are usually pretty in sync.
Okay, yeah,
each
we
other.
are. Uh-huh.
Now, usually from a spiritual standpoint, you have a spiritual connection as well. So both of you guys sing
Yes,
Christian,
absolutely.
and do you have a deeper connection outside of that twin?
We don't have a deeper connection when it comes to me feeling his pain and I'm feeling his pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that. I think identical twins. I have
Mhm.
some friends that are identical twins, and I know that their connection is very, very, very
Mhm.
deep. Like they talk hours upon hours
Got it.
every day.
Right.
Jason and I might miss some days talking,
Right.
but we talk or text or something
Mhm.
every week. But we do have our twin connection is interesting. For example, we both are called to ministry.
Mhm.
We both sing.
Mhm.
We both are, gospel artists, if
Mhm.
I can use that terminology.
Yeah.
And we both have families.
Mhm.
He has a son and a daughter. I have a son and a daughter.
Mm.
Our kids are the same age
Wow.
and the same distance of years.
Right.
Our son came first. My son is 16, his daughter is 16.
Mhm.
They're 4 months apart. My son is older.
Right.
And then our children are 6.5, 7 years different.
Mhm.
I have a daughter, he has a son. His son came first, and my daughter came after.
Wow.
And it's a difference of 4 months as well.
Right.
So it's a
Wow.
very interesting, isn't that very interesting?
Yeah.
But it's a twin thing, and I can't
Right.
really explain it other than that. So
Right.
we do have a connection.
Mhm.
We say when the twin powers activate,
Right.
because when we are, especially in ministry and when we're
Mhm.
working and singing or doing something together, we're very, very, very connected, and we're
That's right.
very synchronized.
Got it. That's what I was going with.
The wavelength is there. I could be saying something and presenting a song, and he'll say, "Jonathan, oh my God, God just told me to say that," and he'll just touch me on the shoulder, and he'll jump in and say something, and then we'll kind of finish each other's
Mhm.
kind of moment,
Right.
but it's very God connected, and it's
Mhm.
very, so we have a deep connection, but it's a different kind of a connection
Right.
by being
Wow.
fraternal twins.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
That wonderful song on your new album, Anything Can Happen.
Yes, yes.
How did that song come about?
Song came about because a young man by the name of Shaman Scales out of Tennessee, I told him I would shout him out everywhere I go.
Mhm.
Same way Donald Lawrence shouted me out. He
Mhm.
submitted the song to me. And I listened to the song, and for about 2 hours I just kept looping the song around. And then anything can happen in here.
Mhm.
The thing just lived in my spirit. And I told him, I said, man, I gotta record this song. You gotta let me record this song. And I told him, I said, what I need to do is I just kind of need to tweak it, to make it feel
Mhm.
like me. So would you give me permission to kind of like reconfigure it, not completely rewrite it, but reconfigure it,
Mhm.
so I can say it the way I feel God is telling me to say it, although
Yeah.
it's your,
Right.
So we ended up co-writing the song,
Got
and to me it's such a powerful song
Okay.
that speaks to where people are right now.
Wonderful. I love it. It's been on repeat since I've gotten it.
Amen.
However, we do have you singing that line. Can you tell our audience what they're getting ready to watch?
Okay, listen, y'all. This is my brand new single. Stay tuned. I promise this song is gonna bless you. Stay tuned for Anything Can Happen.
We'll be back.
You are about to experience a life-changing moment. You won't leave the same way you came, 'cause He's in our very midst. You will be healed, delivered. He's here to set you free. And because God is near, anything can happen in here, in here. Anything, say it.
Anything can happen in here.
In here, in here. You are about to experience a life-changing moment. You won't leave the same way you came, 'cause He's in our very midst. You will be healed, you. When you say breakthrough, I need you to break out of the stuff that you're in. And I need you to break forth. I am just one praise from my I don't know if y'all really got it. I need you to get in your neighbor's face. I need you to prophesy to them and tell them you are just saying. You are just praise from your Bobby, I don't know if that was the right neighbor. I need you to get in your neighbor's face. I want you to prophesy. Say you are. Say it. You are just one praise from your This time I really need you to make your body language prophesy. You may need to just scoot over just a little bit. I need you to prophesy to your circumstance, to your situation. Say, I am just. Everybody declare. Say it. I am just one praise from my praise. Because anything can happen. Anything
can happen
in here. Last time she said, y'all.
Anything can happen to me.
Something good is happening here.
Something good, something good, something
I need you to confess it. Miracles are happening here.
Miracles, miracles, miracles.
Somebody is in need of a breakthrough. You're listening to this CD. You're driving in your car, and you're waiting on God to do something for you. But you gotta prophesy over your own self. Somebody say breakthrough. Take it up. Breakthrough is happening here.
Breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough.
Breakthrough is happening here.
Breakthrough.
Wherever your here is. Wherever your here is. Breakthrough is happening here.
Breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough.
Because anything can happen in here. In here. In here. Anything can happen in here.
Back with Mr. Jonathan Nelson, still talking about his wonderful CD called Fearless.
Yes.
I want to take you a little different now. You sing all around. You minister music at church as well.
Yes, sir.
Grew up in church because your dad was a pastor.
Right.
Right.
Was a pastor, but still a preacher.
Okay, still
Uh-huh.
a preacher. One question I always love to ask
Okay.
is, what do you think is the church's greatest challenge today?
I think the church's greatest challenge today is finding a way to merge the demographics of the millennials on the next generation into to help them to become like back in the day, for example, at my dad's church, after service was over, all the young people would run to the drums and to the music and to the organ, and those young people that right after church that you would hear them tinkering, so to speak, in 5 years would end up being the musicians for the church. And you rarely see that, because we have a lot of mega ministries, we have a lot of ministries that are booming, and so it's not a lot of development in that area. So sometimes I feel like the millennials are kind of left out. They're not even infused in some ministries. They're not even infused in the way we do church, the etiquette of it, the showing them how to do what you do.
Right.
You know, and I believe it's an outcry coming from them, of which God has really. I think that's also a part of my mission with Fearless, to find a way to bridge the gap, to find a way to reach out to them, to let them know that it's okay and it's cool to worship Jesus, and it's cool to worship Jesus by listening to gospel music. And this CD, you know, for example, on the CD I got Ty Tribbett. I partnered with my brother Ty Tribbett. Of course, Jason's on there. Partnered with Kim Burrell, Dorinda Clark Cole, African worship artist by the name of Sonny Badu is my brother, and The Truth, who is a Christian hip hop rapper artist. And Fearless, the title track, is like a dance beat. It's like a dance pop beat, and then right in the middle of the song, like boom, it just drops into this hip hop beat, and it gets crazy. And I wanted this to be a way to be able to reach a wider audience. I even changed my imagery. You know, I'm dressed like this today. I'm not dressed like a church kid, so to speak, although I'm a church kid at heart. Even the imagery on the CD cover, because when people see it, the packaging, I wanted it to be, I wanted to introduce a different side of me, and I wanted it to be attractive to those that may not be churchy. Because I wanted to be able to reach the demographics of 18 to 30, 18 to 35, 18 to 40. You know, where it's cool to be like this, and it's cool to be saved, and cool to love Jesus. So I think that's one of the areas that we really kind of need to change and focus on in the ministries. And I promise you, if you work on involving the millennials, you'll have a thriving ministry.
Great.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you mentioned Jesus. Making Jesus real to an unbelieving world. What do you think we can do?
Well, I believe that I started by this product. Fearless, on the CD, I wanted it to make it attractive to worship God. And I say that because we declare the name of Jesus over and over and over again. And I wanted people, I shouldn't say wanted, my desire and my want and my wish is that people, when they listen to this CD, that they will say, well, who is this Jesus that Jonathan is singing about? And if they're a non-believer, that they will come into the light, you know, and that they will come into a greater knowledge of who Jesus is for themselves. I hope that it becomes so attractive through the music that people say, man, this Jonathan, this guy is really singing about this Jesus. And I want to know to get this Jesus that Jonathan is singing about. And I'm hoping that, and it's my prayer, that it infiltrates the mind and the spirit of the believer, the non-believer, should I say, to become a believer, where we don't have to have an altar call per se, where people are running, but hopefully this will be a tool that will introduce Christ to someone that may not believe.
Got it. Okay. Now, Fearless, I noticed that the songs, as I was listening to them, and the way that the wording in those songs, it actually ties in to help you be fearless. It's just word. I mean, the words.
Absolutely.
Of those songs. You have that song I love with the African beat, I Believe.
Yes, I Believe.
So
it's I Believe, Alan Metley. What I wanted to do also was infuse different sound. For example, I told you about Fearless with The Truth. The song Ty Tribbett does, it's an up-tempo kind of church song, but we made it more celebration than church. I'm from Pentecost. Well, should I say I have a Pentecostal background. So I wanted to have like that infused, but I wanted to make it cool to be Pentecostal. You know, because back in the day, you think, you know, they have no makeup, no jewelry, long skirts, and talking about the women in particular, no boobies, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's dreadful. You to come to church, you all covered up, you know. So I wanted to make it cool to dance and to celebrate and lift your hands and move your feet and praise God. I Believe is, my church is in South Florida, and it's a melting pot of culture. And this CD is a melting pot of culture, but I wanted I Believe to stand out, not just to the island culture, but to be a song that will, before you know it, like, all right, feet are moving, next thing you know, hands are moving, next thing you know, you're rocking and you're singing a song, which would disarm you. And then you'll begin to sing what the lyric is saying. So the lyric says, I believe you are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God all powerful. I believe. And if you start saying that, although it's fun, at some point you're going to start really engaging this as word for your life. When you hit a tough spot and you put the beat on, then you say, oh, wait a minute, hold on. wait, you are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders.
Right.
You're the God. And wonders mean wonders to perform. Wonders like where it blows your mind. And so when you keep rehearsing that thing, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, you know, you have to make a confession. We first, in order to become saved, we make a confession
Right.
and say, I believe that you are, you
Right.
know, Jesus, you are Lord. And so you're making this confession. The Bible says, decree a thing and it shall be established.
Right.
So you're speaking these things, and subliminally these songs are getting in your spirit. And before you know it, you're singing a song, but then you're really beginning to believe what it is that you're saying. So when you say I believe, it is connecting with your faith, but it's also connecting with your innate ability to speak over yourself.
Right.
And speak to those things that be not,
Right.
as though they already are.
Absolutely.
So when you start dancing and stuff, you say I believe, but then miracles start happening
Right.
because you believe.
Right.
And that's the reason why we say stuff like anything can happen.
Right.
We're saying these things because we're putting words or lyrics in the mouths of the listener,
Mhm.
or because I say people of God, but I say that by default
Right.
because I'm a church guy.
Mhm.
But it may not even be a believer.
Right.
And before you know it, you start singing that song, you be disarmed, and
Right.
and you really start believing, and then you will watch the hand of God literally move and change circumstances and things in your life because of what you're saying out of your mouth.
Right. Wow, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe. I believe. I believe.
Well, absolutely. Tell us where we can find you.
You can
Twitter.
find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. My name is backwards at Nelson Jonathan. You can find me on my website, jonathannelson.us. And then on Facebook, you can find me Jonathan Nelson Music. Look me up. It's me, guys. I try to holler back. I get a lot of inboxes, a lot of messages. Hit me up. I would love to hear from you. Get the CD.
Absolutely. It's a great city. One last thing, too. Baba O.
Bye-bye. Oh, listen. My friend is named Sonny Badu.
Uh-huh.
He is the one that's leading the song. He's from Ghana,
Uh-huh.
but he is a very popular artist all over Africa, all over the world, really. And we were in Nigeria,
Uh-huh.
and we were doing a worship service there. And just the backdrop is there were thousands upon thousands of Africans that were just on the ground. I mean, like literally face down to the ground, to the grass, to the dirt. I'm talking like worshiping, clothes dirty, but they were just going after God. We come to the campgrounds and we hear this sound called Baba. And I'm like, Lord, what are they saying? And they explained to me, Baba means father. But it's in the Nigerian dialect and the Nigerian culture, they said English words can't measure up to how deeply spiritual
Right.
and how deep the connection is. So they have to say it in their language, which gives it a deeper connection, a
Right.
deeper belief, a
Wow.
deeper cry.
Mhm.
So when you say Baba, you say Father in a different kind of way. Father as in God, Father God.
Right.
You know, hear my cries. Open the floodgates in abundance
Mhm.
and cause your rain to fall on me. So you can imagine the outcry in Africa to those places that are
Right.
impoverished so their cry, when they say Baba, it's a different kind of cry.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that the travail that we experience in Africa when you're in your car, that you will have that same travail in your heart, in your spirit, going after God, like, Baba, God, I need you.
Right,
I
absolutely.
need you to shower blessings, and I need you to pour blessings in my life and for my family.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, sir.
Anybody watching that may be going through, and based on what you said about Father, what would you say to them?
I would say whatever your situation is, first of all, you have the power in your mouth to speak to your circumstance. So all you have to do is just pause. First, if you're not saved, invite God to come into your life. Secondly, if you're in a place where you're not sure what to do, all you have to do is just pause and pray. Open up your mouth, speak to God about your situation, and the God of your situation will come and intervene on your behalf. All you have to do is just tell the Lord, hey God, I need you to take care of the situation. You don't have to say anything fancy. You just say it however it comes to your heart to say. Speak to your circumstance. Speak to your situation. Call on Baba, God our Father. And I promise He'll answer your prayer.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Thank you, man.